there, I thought I would make this a quick video just to show you how you can check Ben's lesson completion, or how he can check his own lesson completion as well, just by looking at the gradebook. So this is his dashboard. This is where you can see just all of his classes at a glance. You can see his grades, that sort of thing. So if you go into any particular class, like if I go into English 10A, so this is his grade right here, you can see that from the dashboard. But if you go into the actual grades tab, this is where you can start counting how many lessons he's completed. So in the gradebook, everything shows what day it was due and what day it was submitted, the score he got, and any comments that the teacher made. So this is a really helpful place to look if you want to see, what's been turned in. So when we count attendance, we're counting how many lessons they completed each week. So for last week started on Monday, September 5th, and ended on the 11th. So we are looking for things that were completed between September 5th and September 11th. So I look in the submitted column and I can go down and see what was completed between September 5th and September 11th. So the only thing that fits those dates is this one thing right here, which is Unit 1 video assignment. And so this is just an assignment. It's not a whole lesson. If you don't know the difference between a lesson and an assignment, I have a totally different video on that, but just a quick little overview of it. When you're looking in his course, a lesson is everything underneath the title of, say, lesson 3. So you have to complete all of these things in order to get credit for lesson 3. So right now, just looking at what he's done in lesson 3, you can see he's got a check mark on these things. That means he's done with those. He hasn't finished this checkpoint 3, so he's not done with the whole lesson yet. You can see there's an hourglass next to lesson 3 because it's still in progress. So anyway, the one thing that he did do last week, now I already forgot what it was. I think it was a video assignment. So I think he just completed this one thing right here on September 6th. So that's the only item in this class that he completed last week. So that is not a full lesson. That's just one assignment. So he would get credit for 0 lessons in English last week because he didn't complete any full lessons. So then you can go to another course. So we just did English. So if we go to geometry, which is actually the course that I am his teacher for, besides being his advisory teacher. So if you go into grades again, and we're just going to look at what was submitted between September 5th and September 11th. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down, and so we have 3 things that were submitted last week right here on September 6th. So we have an earn honors credit, which was a 0-point assignment, just do you want to be in honors or not, a video assignment, and part of a project. So I'm assuming that isn't a full lesson because usually just 2 assignments is not a full lesson, but we can certainly go back and look. So video assignment and project in lesson 3. So you can go back to the home screen and see, was that a full lesson? Was it everything under the title of lesson 3? So here's lesson 3. So he did this earned honors credit assignment, and he did the video assignment and the construction right here. So that is not the full lesson. You can see he still has many things to do in lesson 3 in order to get credit for the whole lesson. So again, he did 2 assignments in math, but that was not a full lesson. So he doesn't get any credit for any lessons as far as attendance goes. Of course he's getting credit for these assignments, but he didn't complete a full lesson in math. So as far as attendance goes, he didn't get credit for a full lesson there. You can go to the next course, which is photography. And let's see what he completed last week in photography. So I'm going to the grades tab. I like to sort this by module just because then it puts it in the same order that the course is in instead of the due date, but you can sort it however you want. Okay, so I'm going to look for things that were submitted. So he hasn't submitted anything. He didn't submit anything last week, which were the dates September 5th through September 11th. So no lessons completed here. So He did get credit for one lesson last week, and that's probably because he did a little bit of math and a little bit of English. So they probably counted that as, say, one lesson. But technically, he didn't complete a full lesson in any of his courses last week. So the gradebook tab is a great way to look at what he's completed because it shows you exactly what it was due, when he completed it. Um, so one thing I would suggest for students that are struggling with attendance is, pick a day that you want to sit down with him and go over his grades. You can look in here anytime and go over it yourself, but sometimes it's better to, have your student sit next to you and show you what they've completed because there's no hiding it. It shows when they submitted it or if they've submitted it. Um, and then, yeah, like you can see any comments that the teachers have made in here. Um, to show like why he got the grade that he did and that sort of thing. So anyway, if you have more questions about this, I'm happy to go over it some more. I also want to make sure that you got my email. Every Friday I send out an email telling you how many lessons Ben has completed so far this week, and that Friday email is just kind of like a heads up, like, hey, here's what you've done so far. Make sure to do enough by Sunday that you don't get an absence. So I hope you guys are getting those emails. I send them to both the student and the parent every Friday. So if you have any other questions, please let me know, and I'm happy to help.